Hey, good morning and welcome to Beitzah Daf. Hey,
Okay.
Daf Hey 5. Jamal is doing a Shmir Sinayim today.
So,
He's not going to look at women, he's not going to look at anything in Ezra's Nashim. Because we're in Ezra's Nashim, he won't look at anything. Because there are people, that women that were here, at least over Shabbos. So the Shiurim, the remnants of the woman remain. So that's why he wouldn't. Now he took it off because
okay.
Kol Darsh Minyan Sarach Minyanachal Atiro. I was matir it with Darsh Minyan. I don't know Darsh Minyan today, so I was matir
Oh,
it.
I don't need it to adjust the arm tomorrow.
Why not?
Because you did everything for me,
Exactly.
just like that.
Exactly. You don't have to do Shmir Sanayim anymore. Keep your glasses on when you go to Ben Yehuda Street. I had a discussion with Rafal over here. Maybe Rafal wants to come say hi to the camera.
Oh.
Say hi to the camera. Rafal's here. Hey, Dominic. Say hi, Rafal. Rafal's here. Rafal asked me for a favor before. He wanted me to say brachos, with an answer is brachos. So I said, I'll make a deal with you. I'll answer your brachos as long as you join my shir. And he didn't want to do this deal. He still wanted me to answer the brachos. I quoted him the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos. And it says that you have to be zayir b'rishos. You have to be careful with governments, politicians. Why? Because Nirim ka'ovim b'shas anasan. They look like they're your friends when things are going good. They don't stay with a person when it's tough. Tough times, they disregard their previous promises.
They lose office, that's also.
Yeah, so Rafal, being the
He's your
politician
friend,
that he
and then
is,
one day he's not your friend because he lost his job.
Rafal's a politician, so even though he didn't want me to take a picture of him, no, he doesn't mind if I put it on the camera, right? It's okay. Anyway, it was a fair deal. It was a fair deal because I got him on the camera. He said hi, so we're not sure if he's a politician or not. He'll be a spy. Adam is a spy for what country are you from? Where do your ancestors come from?
Uman.
Russia? Where are you from? He's from Uman? Ukraine? He's from Ukraine. He's a spy for the Ukrainian government.
He's of the Reb Nosson, right? Reb Nosson?
Listen, who?
Reb Nosson, the Talmud of Reb Nachman.
Rav Nachman. He's a Talmud of Rav Nachman. He's Breslov. So, where did Rav Nachman die?
Are you on this planet?
Where did he live? Why did he died in Uman, right?
Right.
But where did he live his last 8 years?
I have no idea. We are in Topeka. Where did he live? I don't know.
Breslov. That's what it's called, Breslov. I think he lived the last 8 years. Then I think he was on traveling or whatever, and he died in Uman. He really didn't live in Uman. People think he lived in Uman. It's just where he's buried, but he really lived in Breslov. That's why it's called Breslov Rokosidus. Right? Right, Rafal? Rafal can't talk because he's spying. He's spying for the government, so he pleads the fifth. All right, let's learn. Yesterday we were talking about Rosh Hashanah coming up. We're talking about why Rosh Hashanah is 2 days here, even in Eretz Yisrael it's 2 days, because there was this instance where the Eidim came to Makadesh Chodesh, and it came after the Karban Shel Tamid Shel Ben Arbaim, and at the Tamid Shel Ben Arbaim they thought it was still Lamed Elul. They didn't think it was Rosh Hashanah yet, so they sang the Shir Shel Chol. The Eidim came Emin Mincha Lamala. So they have to Mekadesh Rosh Hashanah. So they have the Mekalkel Bashir. They said the wrong shir because really they have to Mekadesh Rosh Hashanah, but they say the wrong song. The Levim sang the wrong shir at Tamid Shel Ben Arbaim. Because of that, they're Masakim that if the Eidim come in Mincha Lamala, that we add a second day of Rosh Hashanah, not just that day of Rosh Hashanah, but the next day is also Rosh Hashanah to minimize the effect of saying a shir shel chol on Lamed Elul. In fact, they were masaking that first day actually becomes Aleph Rosh Hashanah, and the extra day is Beis Rosh Hashanah. So the Shnei Yom Tov Rosh Hashanah is Aleph Tishrei and Beis Tishrei. So the Gemara says on Hayam and Aleph, I'm 4 lines then. I'm Rabba mitakanas Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai ve'elach Beitzah muteres. Once Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai came along and said, we're going to see what he did. He made another takana. He was masaking after the Churban Abayis. There's no problem of Kilkul Bashir because there was no Levium on the Duchan. saying the wrong shir. There's no reason to have a problem anymore, to have 2 days Rosh Hashanah anymore. So therefore, when Reb Yochanan ben Zakkai made the following takana, we'll see in a second, Beitzah is muteris. The Beitzah shenoled on the first day of Rosh Hashanah is mutter on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. It's considered shtei kedusha. It's not considered Yom HaRichta. There's none. Shechar Beis HaMikdash. It's not Rosh Hashanah. His Reb Yochanan ben Zakkai is mekam and Eis HaChodesh kol yom. In Makabel Eis HaChodesh, they set up a new shop in, I think it was Yavne, right? They went to Yavne, and they had Kiddush HaChodesh was in Yavne.
There's Yavne now. There's Yavne near Chavetz Chaim. There's a Yavne.
Also there's a school in New Jersey. It's called Yavne. It's a modern Orthodox, I think, elementary school. My cousins went there, New Jersey, and you know who also went there?
Who?
Naftali Bennett.
You're joking.
My uncle told me that Naftali Bennett actually spent his childhood in New Jersey. Apparently, he went to Yavne. Yavne.
I knew he was American. I thought he was born.
It's a modern Orthodox school. He's Dati Lumi. I guess there's no such thing as Dati Lumi in America because no Lumi. Dati, you keep halacha. Lumi, and you're Zionist, but you can't be so Zionist if you don't live in Israel. You could be Zionistic, but you're not really a Zionist unless you move to Israel. So therefore, Dati Lumi converts into modern Orthodox when you move to America. Everything converts into something else. For example, Haredi, there's no Haredi in America. Haredi converts into Yeshivish, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the conversion rate. And traditional in Israel converts into conservative in America.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's all conversion rates, you know. So like you convert the shekel into the dollar, you convert Haredi into Yeshivish, Atilumi into modern Orthodox, traditional, Masorati into conservative.
And what do the non-religious people become?
And Chilonim, you convert them into
To like frogs? What do you do with them?
either Reform or non-Jews. Assimilate.
Sad.
Reform
It's
or
very
Open
sad.
Orthodox. You know
So
about
sad.
Open Orthodoxy?
Open Orthodox?
Avi Weiss. You heard of Avi Weiss?
Avi Weiss?
Yeah,
Oh, I know, he has a band.
Chovei Torah.
Wasn't he the band, the guy had the band with Solomon? He had the, what is it called? He about the songs.
I don't know. Yeshiva
Schlock Rock.
Rock was Lenny Solomon.
Lenny Solomon.
We're talking about Avi Weiss over here.
I'm sorry.
Different name. Anyway, he had this yeshiva he came up with. Yeshiva's Chovei Torah. It's called Open Orthodoxy. One of the main points of Open Orthodoxy was to ordain women rabbis.
What?
He opened a yeshiva at Maharat. Maharat, yeah.
It's rotten, that's for sure.
So I forgot what it stands for. Maharat.
I don't like the name.
Torani, I think it's Rabbani, Torani. I forgot exactly what it stands for. Anyway, he ordained a couple of ladies as Rabbanim, Rabbanites.
What, they can't be a rabbi? What are they going to
Rabbas.
be?
They're called Rabbas.
Where are they going to get it? Just no one's going to give them a stellar. I mean, you're not going to give a stellar to a...
That was the thing. He thought he could integrate into the RCA, but they rejected him. So
I don't think he's going to...
Nowadays, they align themselves more with modern Orthodoxy. Officially, they call themselves a branch of modern Orthodoxy.
What, they're Shomer Shabbos and everything?
They're Shomer Shabbos, to a certain extent, yeah. They believe in halacha, but they believe you can expand halacha. Listen, there's nothing technically wrong with a woman being a rabbi, right? What's the problem with a woman being a rabbi? Is there halacha
I
against
don't
that?
know. I have no idea. Just
Devora was a shofetes, right?
Listen, you could bring proof to everything. I could bring the proof that an elephant could be a rabbi. I mean, what does that mean? It's ridiculous. Could you like saying in the halacha that an elephant can't be a rabbi?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Where do you say in halacha that a woman can't be a rabbi? It says in the Gemara that she can't get an aliyah in the Torah. Because the Gemara says kavod hatzibur. It's not kavod hatzibur for a woman to get a. I don't exactly know what that means. It's not kavod hatzibur. If they're gonna look at her, if they're gonna stare at her. I don't know. It's kavod hatzibur exactly. It's the meaning for a woman to get a position of authority over men. Maybe that's what it means, kavod hatzibur. That's why a woman can't be a rabbi.
These are all very.
This is open orthodoxy.
Okay, this is it has to do with the women's lib and everything. I think that's where it all comes
Alright.
together. It's all difficult.
Yeah. The women of the wall are open orthodoxy in America.
Oh, really?
I'm joking. I don't know. Okay, we have to continue.
Paul knows about this.
Phil, what's your opinion about
What are you
this?
talking
About
about?
open orthodoxy. Are you allowed to talk in the middle of davening?
It's Rosh
according to
Hashanah
open
almost.
orthodoxy?
Let's not talk about these things. It's not the ruach.
On the Ruach of Rosh Hashanah, right? I guess I'm not in the Ruach either because you won't breathe my air that comes out of my mouth, right?
Okay.
All right. So the Gemara says, there's no reason for the takana to apply anymore. So they're makabel is a chodesh the whole day. So therefore, there's no more takana. There should be a second day of Rosh Hashanah. And therefore, the Beitzah, even though they were no way, because the minute I was saying they were no way a second day, but it's really shtei kedushos. So therefore, Beitzah Shalom Damzez, Mutaris was on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. Abaye, V'harav Shmuel, Amrit Avayu, Beitzah Shasura. Rav and Shmuel, we said on Dalam and Beis, they said it's usher. I brought a Mishnah of Rabbi Yonkel Medaka, Tana, but I'm not the Rav Shmuel. You're going to bring me Amoraim. Amoraim were not as powerful as the Tana. According to Yochanan Zakai, it's Batil. Rav Shmuel Kashem Asisa. What Rav Shmuel said it's Muteris on the second day, and it's Asur on the second day. What to do with this Mishnah? Lo Kash. Halan v'Halu Rav Shmuel lived in Bavel. In Bavel, the Takana wasn't Batil because the whole Takana was Batel only in Eretz Yisrael, where you have the Beis Hamikdash, where something changed, where now you're not Makabel Edom, where there's no Shir, there's no Korban anymore. So therefore, in Eretz Yisrael it changed, but in Bavel, the original Takana still remained. Therefore, it's Yom HaRichta, and it's an old Abzeh, Asur Bazeh. Yosef Amar Afin Takana Shem Zakai Ve'elach Beitzah Asur. Yosef argues. He says even Takana Yochanan Zakai, it still argues on Rabbah. He says it's going to be Asur. My time. What's the reason? Having Darash Minyan, called Darash Minyan, Sarach Minyan Achalat here. Originally, when they made this new day, this Yom HaRichta, they said when Adam come in the Minchal Mal, we're knowing today is Rosh Hashanah, tomorrow is Rosh Hashanah, Aleph and Beis of Tishrei is Rosh Hashanah. That is Darash Minyan. That was something that it was enacted by a group of Rabbanim. They got together, and anything with a Minyan, you need a Minyan Achalat Tiro. Yochanan Zakai wasn't considered a Minyan apparently. Called Darash Minyan. Amar Rav Yosef Minamino. How do you know this is a concept? Kol Davar Shemin Sarach Minyan Achal Tiro. Tichsiv Leichem Mor Lehem Shuvu Lachem Lo Leichem. It says by Har Sinai, Hashem said to the people, go back after Har Sinai was over, go back to your tents and be with your wives. Omer, also it says Mshocha Yovel Hema Yalu Bahar. Also when the sound, the shofar blows out at the end of Matan Torah, so then the people can go on the mountain. In Tanya, and the third proof, Kerem Ravahi Ya'olu Yushamayim Mahalach Yom Echad L'Cholsa. They made it takana, even though normally Kerem Ravai, Neter Ravai, you have a vineyard on the fourth year, you have to bring it to Yerushalayim. It's like Meiser Sheni. You have to bring it to Yerushalayim and eat it, or you could redeem it. They made it takana that if you're within a day's walk of Yerushalayim, you can't redeem it, you have to bring it to Yerushalayim and eat it there. V'zui Tchuma, what's considered the boundary of a day within Yerushalayim? Elas min, they changed it Hadarom. This is talking about Eilat apparently. V'akravat min Hadarom, min Hasafon. Akravat is a place in the north of Israel. Lod min Hamarav, Lod from the west. The Yarden of Israel and the Jordan River from the east. What's the reason they made this takana that you can't redeem the fruit? You have to bring it to Yerushalayim. In order to beautify the shuk in Yerushalayim with peiros once they got there to Yerushalayim, so then they would trade it in for fruits or exchange it. They could do that in Yerushalayim, but there would be a lot of fruit in Yerushalayim. Tanya Kerem Ravai Yel Rebbe Eliezer. Eliezer had a Kerem by Mizrach Lud. It was the east of Lud, so it was within this day walk to Yerushalayim. Misad Kfar Tebi, near this village of Tebi. He wanted to mafkir this Kerem Ravai to the Aniyim, so he shouldn't have to bring it because he was old. He couldn't bring it. Your friends already made a takana, and they got together and they matter this takana derabbanan, and then you have to bring it to Yerushalayim. You don't have to bring it to Yerushalayim anymore. You can redeem it. Man chaverech. Who is your friend? Rabbi Yochanan Zakai. Rabbi Yochanan Zakai made a takana that this doesn't apply anymore. He's mavatal at the original takana. Taimo the nimnu. The reason is because they got together and rescinded the decree. Halo nimnu lo. If they didn't rescind it, so it wouldn't be good. Maiva omer. So now the Gemara dissects this memra we said before, that Darash Minyan Sarach Minyan Achal Tiro. Why do they keep on bringing three proofs? Hachi Gomer. This is what it meant to say. Michti Ksiv Hayunechanim L'Shlosh Yamim Al Tikshu Elisha. Hashem said to the people that you should prepare 3 days. You shouldn't go near your wife. You shouldn't have marital relations. Leichem or Lahem Shuvu Lachem Al Leichem. Lamali. Why does it say that you go back after Matan Torah was over? Go back to your tents. Go back to your tents is just a nice way of saying, go be with your wives. Therefore, you see, the extra pasuk is telling me that Hashem needs a new decree to tell me, even though the time elapsed and logically it would be over, you're allowed to go back and be with your wives, but Hashem needed a new decree in order to matter it. Maybe they'll tell me really when Hashem Shul Lechem Aleichem, it wasn't good that Hashem was mattering it. Really, it's mutter to go be their wives anyway. Once Matan Torah is over, you let it go be their wives. And Hashem was just saying it in order to tell them that they have to do a mitzvah ona. That they have to fulfill their marital obligations. He's just commanding them that we just got the Torah. Now the new mitzvah of ona, right? Sheirok susalo ona salo yidro. You have to be with your wife. So he's telling them a mitzvah, not that there's a het there, which is a mitzvah. Tashma. So therefore, where am I going to learn from? Shocha yovel hem yalu bahar. It says when the shofar blasts, then people can go on the mountain. It says when Matan Torah is going on, even the animals shouldn't go on the mountain. So it applies after Matan Torah is over, they could go on the mountain. Why does it say Yovel? When the shofar blasts, you can go on the mountain. So you see that you need a specific heter to matter something with the asr. That's only talking about Nishid Raisa. Our Sinai go on the mountain was Nishid Raisa. With Rabbanon, by Nishid Rabbanon low, and Beitzah is talking about Nishid Rabbanon, Tashma, Kerem Ravai. We learn from Kerem Ravai. Kerem Ravai, the Rabbanon, he had to say, Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai was already matir, is the Rabbanon.
Kerem Ravai is the Rabbanon. Why is it the Rabbanon?
No, the takana of Kerem Ravai, meaning Kerem Ravai, that you can't redeem it. The Raisa, you have to either bring the Yerushalayim or redeem it. They made takana that you're not allowed to redeem it. You have to bring the Yerushalayim. So they rescinded that takana and they said you could redeem it. Maybe if you'll say, we're saying now, as Rabbi Yosef said, so maybe Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai got to get it, made it another takana, he was matir it. When we say the Mishnah, Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai is mavatel this thing, once the base of the wasn't around anymore, right? He matir the edus, that the edus could come in a mincha lamala and be knowing that day as Rosh Hashanah. But a Beitzah, he did it wasn't masna on Beitzah, it wasn't matir the Beitzah, it made it like two shtei kedoshos to make that day vadai Rosh Hashanah. He said that we're in Klape the Beitzah regarding the halacha of Beitzah Shanol Lebiyom Rosh Hashanah, we consider Yom HaRichta. Amalei Abaye Atu Beitzah Minyam Mihave Beitzah Eidos Talia Melsa. Beitzah, whatever Rosh did was part of the decree. The whole decree was based on the Eidos. We can kabel the Eidos with a minchol amal. It's our Eidos. It's our Beitzah. Once they made it's an Isser to kabel Eidos with a minchol amalas. Therefore, a Beitzah became also on Shnei Yom Rosh Hashanah. Ishtri Eidos. Once he mastered Eidos to makabel Eidos. There's no reason to aser makabel Eidos with a minchol amala. Ishtri Beitzah. So therefore, we know after mincha the Edom came to minchol amala. So it's vada that day is Rosh Hashanah. There's only one day Rosh Hashanah. Why were they shomer 2 days Rosh Hashanah? It's like Savik Yom Tov Shal Golios. Right, where with the minhag I was saying Medayim, so minhag Ma'alma to have the second day, but really it's not Yom HaRichta, it's not really Kedusha Achas. So he says, Ishtari Beitzah, Ishtari Beitzah, once the Eidos is mutter, the Beitzah also mutter. Ravad Rav Shalom Tarvayu, Veikluchas Amri Achvi, Takal Shirach Manizaka, Ve'eda Beitzah Asura. They again say it's Asura, like Rav Yosef, my timer. They gave a different reason. Here, Yibana Beis HaMikdash, really, the Beis HaMikdash is going to be right away. The Yomru, it might be built next year. It might be built tomorrow. The Yomru, right? The Yomru on Rosh Hashanah might be built. The Yomru Eshtakam Milach Al Beitzah B'Yom Tov Sheni. Last year, if we're going to matter Beitzah on Yom Tov Sheni, it was born on Yom Tov Rishon, it's mutter on Yom Tov Sheni. It's not Yom HaRichta. Hashtanami Nechol. We're going to say this year when the Beis HaMikdash is already built. Well, it should also be there. Below Yadi, the Eshtakam Shtei Kedusha saying. Last year, when there was no Kabbalah Seida, so therefore it was 2 Kedushos. Hashtag Kedusha Achasi, but now we go back to the original Takana Yochanan and Zakkai. You can't be Makabal Eidos Minchol Mala. So it's Kedusha Arifta, should be on the second day. Whereas the Yahaki Eidos now we learn a Kabbalah. So therefore now the Beis HaMikdash is destroyed. We also shouldn't be Makabal Eidos according to this. My time. Maybe the Beis HaMikdash should be rebuilt right on Rosh Hashanah. Yom Rosh Hashanah Milok Yibam Leitzachol Kol Yom. Last year, Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai went to Kana Makabal Eidos Achodesh Yivim and Minchol Mala. This year also we should be makabel even in Mala. Gemara differentiates. Haki hashta hasam edus masura lebesin. Eidos is something which is under the discretion of Beitzah. Beitzah, Chol Masura, Beitzah is in the hands of everybody, even not next to Beitzah, they're not so careful, they're going to make a mistake. Eidos are not going to make a mistake. Rav Amar, a different reason, like the other two Amar, he says it's still Asur. Milo Melder Yacham Izaka, Shimbo, Eidah Minchal Amala, Shinogan Osa Yom Kodesh, Lamachar Kodesh. Yacham Izaka was Mavatel Takana, right? He made a new Takana. And he said that since there was no base of Mikdash anymore, so therefore, Bevada, we're knowing the first day, that day, the Edom coming to Minchal Amala, that day is Rosh Hashanah, Aleph Tishrei. It's Aleph Tishrei. And the second day is only Minhag was saying Miyadayim.
What was it before? What was it before? Wait, Aleph Tishrei is Rosh Hashanah. It's always Rosh Hashanah. Right?
Right. Well, the question is, we dealt with this yesterday. What if the Edom come in the Minchal Amala? If the Edom come in before the Mincha, right?
Yes.
So then they're Makabal the Eidos, and that day becomes Aleph Tishrei instead of Lam B'Ilel. They came in late in the day and they're Makakal Bashir, so they already felt they can't make it Rosh Hashanah anymore because the Talmud Shul in Armayim was already Yom Shel Chol. But they had to make it Rosh Hashanah because it was still before Shkia.
Right.
So therefore they didn't know what to do. So therefore they made 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. They obviously were Makabal the Edom and Minchal Amala, and they said it's Aleph Rosh Hashanah. But because not the Mezalzel the Shir, so therefore they added extra day of Rosh Hashanah, so it should look like the next day is really Rosh Hashanah, and this day wasn't Rosh Hashanah, even though it really is. It's really Aleph Rosh Aleph Tishrei, and the second day is Beis Tishrei. Because you make a second day of Rosh Hashanah, Beis Tishrei, so therefore it doesn't look as bad that you're Makakal Bashir, and you said Bashir Shel Chol on Aleph Tishrei. So,
Okay.
it's complicated, but this is the shot. Milo Moder Yochim Zakeh, Shimbo Edom Minchal Amala, Shinogan Osa Yom Kodesh, Lamachar Kodesh. Yochanan Zakkai, even when he made this takana in Yavneh that your Makabal Edom in a Minchal Amala, he still was moda that you make this day Kodesh Lamachar Kodesh. It wasn't Oker, the whole idea of Yom HaArichta. Originally, the Gemara thought, according to the other opinions, that once he's Makabal Edom Kodesh in a Minchal Amala, so therefore it makes the second day of Rosh Hashanah, Beis Tishrei, it's not considered Yom HaArichta. It's considered like Yom Tov Sheni Shel Golius, Safek, meaning I was saying Yadayim, like we said in Dalam and Beit. Now, Rav is suggesting that really he actually still attained, even Eretz Yisrael, it would still retain a din of Yom HaArichta, and therefore it's Asur even nowadays. Hilchas Amar Rav, Hilchas Hakavasi the Rav, Hani Tlas Ben L'Klub and L'Chomer. Halacha follows Rav. In these three cases, or the three cases, Shmuel, you remember?
No.
One is the case of Shabbos and Yom Tov, either Shabbos before Yom Tov or Yom Tov before Shabbos, right? Nolda B'zeh, according to Rav, would be Mutter or Asur. Take a guess.
Asur.
Right, very good.
Wow.
Shmuel's 1 for 1. Now, Yom Tov Sheni Shel Golius. What did Rav say? If it's born on the first day of Yom Tov Sheni Shel Golius, is it Mutter on the second day or
Mutter.
Mutter, 2
Wow.
for 2. And Rav also says on Rosh Hashanah, if it's born on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, is it Mutter on the second day of Rosh Hashanah according to Rav?
No.
3 for 3!
Wow.
Shmuel, it's on fire. Unbelievable. Even Rafal couldn't do this. Rafal, he's not an expert spy yet. He's working on his spying. He should listen to this. He should, refresh his memory and make sure he gets all these facts down. Because when you want to...
He goes to Rabbi Shikarka's.
He's probably not even Jewish. Is he Jewish?
He goes to that Yom Shir, Rabbi Shikarka. You know that?
Who's here?
Rabbi Shikarka.
Shakarka?
The Hebrew Shir.
Oh, he goes to Hebrew share? Because Ukraine, they speak Hebrew, they don't speak English. They speak Ukrainian, they speak... He's really from Ukraine? Rafal was born in America. Where did he tell me he's from? He told you from Muncie? Where are you from? His whereabouts are in question. We're not sure where he's from. Rafal is a politician, a Ukrainian politician. He's not Omeid for Adam B'Shaz Dako, and therefore he wouldn't be part verbally of this video, only if to see him. Rafal, you can atone for that tomorrow. Right before Rosh Hashanah, you can do tshuva. You can make some verbal appearance. All right. Have a good day.
Okay.
Shmuel, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Give me us a high five. High five. There we go. We did it.